why would he say that? And this is going out to everybody who is, and I'm not opposed to ripping Jerry Jones. I've ripped Jerry Jones a bunch. I thought what he did at the beginning of the season with Micah was insanity. I've thought that what he's done with the Cowboys as a whole is just crazy. But I want to give Jerry Jones some credit. And I think there's people who, and there's a lot of people that fit this mode, right? And again, why would he say that? Sometimes there's just narratives out there that are being spoken by so many people. Sometimes there's a poster boy for it. Sometimes there's not. It's kind of hard to tell. But the overwhelming majority of media who are ripping Jerry Jones for this Cowboys trade of Quinnen Williams, right? Now, the Logan Wilson trade, I don't really have a stance on. Logan Wilson was benched by maybe the worst or second worst defense in the Cincinnati Bengals, and he is now going to maybe the worst or second worst defense in the Dallas Cowboys. I don't know if Logan Wilson is an impact. Quinnen Williams, I think, is a different conversation. Quinnen Williams, because there's an easy, lazy take that, oh, he's just there. And this really could apply to both Quinnen Williams and Sauce Gardner. Let me be fair here, but let me address this. That, oh, they didn't keep Micah, who's a better, younger, more impactful defensive player, but they brought in Quinnen Williams. Why would they do that? Listen, if the Cowboys believe, and they should believe this, even if it's not true, they should believe this, that starting next year, if we have Dak, CD, George Pickens, Javonte Williams, Ferguson the tight end, and our offensive line, which is young, continues to grow, we are going to have a top 10 offense and maybe even a top 5 offense. They should feel like that. Maybe it won't play out that way, but they should absolutely feel like that. Then, if our defense, Trayvon Diggs comes back, we like Deron Bland, who obviously just re-signed, and we get 2 first-round picks to come in and play immediately. Let's get a safety and let's get a pass rusher or an interior let's get a pass rusher or a linebacker. Now, and I get one other draft pick to hit. So I get one guy round 2 through 7 who comes in and makes a impact as a rookie. I'm not saying you got to be all rookie or a Pro Bowler as a rookie, but just a quality defensive starter. I combine that with 2 quality defensive starters in the first round. I now get Trayvon Diggs back. I have Deron Bland, and I now have Quinnen Williams. If I have 5 guys who make an impact on defense versus this year, Trayvon's been out, Bland isn't struggling, there's no real pass rusher. You could argue they've got 1 guy, maybe 2 guys making an impact on defense, and that's why it looks so bad on a week-to-week basis. But that's all the Cowboys really need to be an impactful team and potentially a playoff team next year. Like, let's just be honest. If they go from 1 guy to 5 guys, Quinnen Williams, the 2 picks, you get Trayvon Diggs fully back. You have 1 more rookie come in and play pretty well. If that defense gets you to 15th, 16th, again, I've been really impressed with Schottenheimer. I like Javonte Williams. It was obviously unfortunate he didn't work out in Denver because of injuries. You got George Pickens, you got CeeDee Lamb, you got Ferguson the tight end, you've got Dak. Like there's things here to like again, we can all criticize Jerry Jones, we can all say why would you do this to Micah Parsons, and that's fair. I still think the Micah Parsons trade would not have done it. But the reality is, when we look up in a year, because here's how you're going to, because this is how the media narrative also is going to change, by the way, because the media is fake. If in a year, the Green Bay Packers go 1 and done in the playoffs, or let's say it goes all the way bad and that offense doesn't recover and they continue to play games like Carolina, they just don't make the playoffs. And they have this really expensive Micah Parsons contract. And let's say starting next year, the Cowboys get off to a good start and the Packers get off to either a not quite as good of a start or even the same start as the Cowboys. you're going to look at them and go, oh, the Packers are paying all this money for Micah. Didn't make the playoffs, went one and done in the playoffs. The Cowboys now have 2 first-round picks playing. They got another rookie playing. Diggs and Bland are playing well. They got Quinnen Williams playing well last year, who they got from the Jets. The Cowboys are going to look like they're in a better position than the Packers. And all of the media that loved the Packers and said, oh my gosh, look at how great they are. Jordan Love, Micah Parsons, this defense. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. They're all going to look and go, is Dallas the better team right now? Is Dallas in the better position? It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. I'm just saying. And to the Sauce Gardner of it all, to the people that are like, oh, the Colts, you traded 2 first-round picks. You believe in Daniel Jones? Yes, because Daniel Jones, the same way Seattle got Sam Darnold, the reclamation quarterback, on a 3-year, $100 million deal, the way Baker Mayfield was on his 3-year, Baker's going to get paid again, but he got his 3-year deal. He was sitting in the 30s for the first part of it. You'll be able to get Daniel Jones on that same kind of deal because those are his comps. So I don't have to pay $50 million. This is not the, we believe, like, yes, they believe in Daniel Jones, full stop, but there is such a dramatic difference in believing in a quarterback at 30 to 40 million, and really just in the 30s, to believing in a quarterback at 50 plus million. This is not, Daniel Jones is not Tua making $52 million. It's not Trevor Lawrence making $55 million. He will be in this system with this coach, the reclamation quarterback who fixed his career, making $30 plus million a year. And Daniel Jones, somebody will do this one day, might actually take even a better deal because Daniel Jones already got paid from the Giants. It's not like Daniel Jones came here without ever making money. Baker, when he finally settled in Tampa, had not made real money. Sam Darnold, when he got to, obviously with the Vikings and now to the Seahawks, had not made real money. So think about this. Daniel Jones has already been paid. And when you're, again, take advantage of where you are right now. You're 7-2. You've got your head coach of the future. You've got your running back of the future. You've got some good weapons on offense. Defensively, the one place the Colts, if you look at the Colts across the board, the one place they had really, really struggled was in secondary. Pass yards, you could throw the ball on them. Now, Sauce has obviously, there's been some struggles this last year and a half, and he has blamed officiating. If you believe in the coaching in Indianapolis, and I do, I think a lot of their story this year has been a coaching story. If you believe in that, then you have to believe in the physicals of Sauce Gardner combined with good coaching that he can get back to elite corner status. So I really like the Sauce move. I like the Quinnen Williams move. And I think this is actually one of those weird trades. I think everybody's going to be happy because I think the Jets are going to love that they got a bunch of draft picks because the Jets aren't very good. They need to get players. And it's like, you trade these guys to draft. One of the dumbest arguments in the world is you just hope to draft a guy like Micah Parsons or draft a guy like Sauce Gardner, draft a guy like Quinnen Williams. Of course you do. But if their timeline then does not line up with the rest of the team, sorry. And Sauce was becoming, I said at the start of the year for the Jets that I thought they paid Sauce and Garrett Wilson because they were saying, hey, this year's going to be rough. We're going to pay you guys now. And it's kind of a pay to be quiet and suck it up year. And year 2, we're going to feel much better about this. And I don't think Sauce really bought into the year 1, it sucks, and let's buy into it. So you got Garrett Wilson, who you're going to need because you're probably going to be drafting a quarterback because Justin Fields is not the answer. So you need to give him a number 1 wide receiver. And then you draft other guys. Yes, you want to draft a Sauce Gardner. You want to draft a Quinnen Williams. The Jets have actually drafted pretty well. But the timelines now no longer match up for what those guys are expecting versus where the team is currently at. So to all the people going, why are these like these were good trades across the board? And I think everybody's going to walk away with.
I mean, if you want to be a part of one of the coolest, most unique communities, don't forget to like and subscribe.